We have an interesting forecast shaping up this week. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mackenzie Lake, here to break it down section by section for you. Starting with today, it's an overcast morning. We'll see those clouds clearing out closer to 2 or 3 p.m., but the heat is on, and that heat lasting all the way through Wednesday and Thursday. Those are some of the toastiest days on tap. I'm looking at 80s and 90s, but take a peek here. While I'm also tracking the heat, I'm going to be looking out for thunderstorm chances. As early as Thursday, we're at 30% chance of showery activity through most of the coverage zone. We're watching out for some dry lightning, some possibly dangerous rip currents, and even some fire risks. So a little mixture of everything today and heading through the work week. So let's break it down. First things first, we're talking about the heat. We have this system, this ridge of high pressure that's building in right off the coastline of the Pacific Northwest. So all areas highlighted in orange looking to be well above average, and even here in Santa Barbara, we have 70s and 80s on tap for the day. Warming even further as we head through the work week. However, we are tracking Tropical Storm Mario. This is off the coastline of the Baja, and it's going to make a direct beeline for the Central Coast, arriving with some moisture as early as Tuesday, but most likely scenario, we'll get some wet weather Wednesday into Thursday. Here's a look at that timing for you with my future track modeling here. Today and tomorrow, just kind of the nice, beautiful summer-like days on tap before the real storm starts to work in. You can see here that southerly push of moisture, not going to quite make it until about Wednesday night. Take a peek. You can see by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we'll have some overcast skies expected, that moisture just off the coastline, and then into the overnight hours, that southerly push finally arrives to the Central Coast. We're going to hold out with some steady and slow moving showers, so not the typical small isolated thunderstorms that we're used to when we talk about tropical moisture. So we're going to get some measurable amounts of rainfall. South-facing coastline will be hit first, and then take a peek here. That rain travels further up to the north. So even San Luis Obispo, Paso Robles, Cambria, Morro Bay, you name it, the entire Central Coast getting some sort of moisture over the next couple of days. Here's a look at those chances. So Wednesday evening, we're holding at 20% chance. We can't rule out something developing earlier. However, I do think Thursday is going to be the most likely time frame where the wet weather arrives, and then we even hold out with those chances all the way through the weekend. Keep in mind, we're not just looking at the rainfall, we're keeping an eye on our marine conditions as well. A beach hazard statement going into effect at 11 o'clock today, lasting through Tuesday, but likely going to be extended. We're looking at rip currents near the Ventura County coastline, breaking waves upwards of 6 feet, and again, I think we'll have a lot of that activity in the waters over the next couple of days. So not great beach weather by any means. It's probably going to be some better movie weather for us. And we are going to hold out with the wet weather through the end of the month as well. September 21st through the 25th, my precipitation outlook shows that the moisture is just going to keep working in. I think the storm door opens this week, and we'll get plume after plume of moisture as we track through the end of the month of September. Quite interesting again, because we're looking still at the heat. 79 degrees today in Santa Barbara, 80 in Montecito, 90s, possibly some triple digits for those interior areas, and overnight lows a few degrees warmer as well. The marine layer is going to be tricky to forecast over the next few days as the additional moisture works in. Some places could see a disruption in marine layer formation in the morning. However, I do think the general trend is that we'll wake up to cloudy skies every morning. Take a peek here, Ventura up to 76 degrees for the day. And again, more active weather as we track through the weekend. Have a good one.